Hey everybody, welcome into Domesticated Gamblers, three dads with our favorite picks of the day. We'll be coming to you each and every weekday here on YouTube. It is January 18th, 2023. My name is Eric Sontag, and I'm joined by my buddies Sean Cerwillo and Tito Ulrich. If you are watching us on YouTube, do us a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. You can also find us on Twitter at Gambling Dads. That's at Gambling Dads, and you can interact with us there. All right, boys, we had a show number one yesterday where we made four picks. We did well. We had a night. We went
a lot of good feedback as well from the fans. A lot of good feedback.
Yeah, good feedback from the public and a lot of picks that we cashed. Sean, you swept the board on college basketball with your three picks. You had Creighton as a two-star play. You had Wake Forest as a one-star play, and the Western Michigan Ball State under as a one-star play. I cashed my Iowa State -2.5 bet. So the podcast went 4-0 last night with +5 units. So that is not going to happen every night. Hey, nights we go 0-4, but we'll take it when we can get it.
I want to say, as a gambler, eat some humble pie. That's just one day. We got 364 more of these to go in 1 year. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. That's just one day.
That's exactly right. But we are out of the blocks fast, which is always great to see. So we'll have more picks coming to you on the show here today. So here's kind of the plan that I have in mind. We are going to go in depth on the NFL Saturday games today with the Jags and the Chiefs and the Giants and the Eagles. Tomorrow, we're going to go heavy on the Sunday games with Bills, Bengals, and Cowboys, Niners. And then on Friday, we'll just give our final thoughts and some other on all the games this weekend. Tito, no picks for you last night for games that happened, but you had some picks that are pending for this weekend. And it sounds like you got a little more coming for this weekend too. So how are you feeling today, Tito?
I'm feeling pretty good. I got really excited for you boys starting off 4-0, seeing the text chain that you guys were just gloating all over the place about your picks last night, which was great.
No gloating.
No.
There was a bunch of gloating. That's all I saw was, oh my God, look how great we are. This is great. We're gonna be 100%. We're gonna be cashing left and right. We're gonna be cashing checks and snapping necks. So that's all I saw that last night.
Well, it was fun. I'd say a lot of excitement. Like I said, this is, Sean, I think we go 55, 60%. I mean, really 55%. I think that's good. We want to be profitable on the show. We're here to help you domesticated dads make a little bit of money. We're not, it's just some spending cash, have some fun, watch some games after your kids go to bed, that kind of thing. Right, Sean?
Exactly. Yeah. We're looking to go 56 or higher is what I'm looking to go. Yeah. And I need to clarify something I said yesterday when I did my intro about I've lost a lot of money over the years. I have lost a lot of money, but in the last 6 years, I would say I haven't had a year where I have lost money. So the experience of losing that money has taught me discipline and where I'm at now as a gambler. So I needed to clarify that a little bit because, once again, the trolls out here saying I'm a loser, I don't win. So I just want to clarify that. Yes, I'm okay saying that I have lost before. It's, anyone who says they haven't, they're a liar, flat out liar.
Honesty and transparency. That's what we're all about here on the show. I know the NFL has served you well. So for today, we're going to talk a lot of NFL for those Saturday games. I had more stats for you for the divisional round games, courtesy of the Action Network. I have even more ammo to bet against the one seeds on Saturday. So Tito, you're going to love this, being a big underdog guy, especially with those New York Football Giants. So let me start with this. In the divisional round, history shows that you want to back road teams that missed last year's playoffs, like the Jags and the Giants. So just think about this logic. So you have the Jags that were in a bad division this year that made the playoffs after not making it last year. Giants also, I don't even remember the last time they were in the playoffs. They won a lot of close games early on, got off to a great start, kind of evened out down the stretch, but they got in. So I think that, the narrative is these teams were pretty lucky this year, bad division, won close games, what have you. So they're really not that good. And then they're going up against these number one seeds and the Chiefs and the Eagles that were the two best teams all year, right? So it makes sense that, people are gonna like to bet the favorites on that. But here is the stat that I found that I just thought was really, really good. So in the divisional round, road teams that missed last year's playoffs, like the Jags and the Giants, are 68% against the spread in this round. 26-12 record over 38 games. Tito, I know you love an underdog. You love the G-Men on Saturday with the 3-star play. You got to love this data, right?
Oh, this is tremendous data, and I think that it provides more input and provides more value to go after these underdogs and just to root for these guys. I mean, look at Jacksonville, right? To come from 27 points down, you got a young stud rookie quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, who's going to be the face of the NFL in like 3 or 4 years. I mean, there's no more data out there that you need to be able to root on the underdogs and to keep on playing those plays where you can just cash some more checks and then see some upsets and see some magic from Cinderella, baby. So these are all great information, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to watching the G-Men shock the world and even seeing Trevor Lawrence and the Jags go into Arrowhead and shut up all of those entitled Chiefs fans.
What's the data on Andy Reid after a bye week?
I don't have that in front of me, but I know it is good. I know that it's good. So I know that there could be a stat for everybody, but just like this divisional round data that I've just been, finding these last couple of days, it's just overwhelming to me. And I know, Sean, you are leaning towards the 1 seed. It's not official yet. Am I breaking you down at all? Am I giving you any hesitation at all about taking KC and Philly?
Well, I know in week 10, Jacksonville played Kansas City, and Jacksonville was +4 on possessions. They had 3 turnovers and an onside kick that they recovered, and they lost the game. They didn't even come close to the spread. And Tito over here is saying Lawrence is going to be the face of the NFL. Well, he's going to have to go into Kansas City and beat Patrick Mahomes because he is the face of the NFL, and he will have something to say about it. He's the best generational talent I've ever seen. It's by far, he's the best quarterback in the league. He proved it this year without Tyreek Hill. Give me the Chiefs.
You cannot be more wrong about Patrick Mahomes. What a fraud. What a phony. The only thing that he did good this year was kept his wife and his brother off the sidelines and out of Instagram and off of Twitter. This guy is a complete fraud. He's a phony. He's always limping. He's always trying to get that extra yard. He's the exact reason why people hate quarterbacks in the NFL. Oh, look at me. I'm going to do a little lefty pass. I'm going to just swagger like this.
Everyone loves that.
Nobody likes that. He's an entitled little. Of course you do. You're this Mr. Sharp play. Oh, I'm gonna go with the favorites every single time. Oh, I'm gonna go against the
Not
public.
Sharp at all.
That's exactly what it is. And so I'm tired of Patrick Mahomes. I'm tired of the Chiefs. I'm tired of Andy Reid. I'll never forget them going to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago and being too enamored with hugging each other instead of doing the proper thing by going across the field and shaking hands with the coaches and shaking hands with the other team that they beat. The fact is that they're always entitled, oh, we're the best fans in football. It's just like the Cardinal fans. It's just like the B-Fibs that we always reference. The Chiefs fans are just as worse. Oh, look at us. Oh, Lamar Hunt. Oh, Blues, come on over here after we rooted for the Rams to go move back to L.A. Get out of here with this Chiefs stuff. Get out of here, Mahomes. Go take your fraud somewhere else. Lawrence going to dominate you in Kansas City on Saturday. You can book it down now, right now, baby. Lawrence is going to go over the moon. My play this week is for Mahomes to throw an interception. I don't know what the line is. I think it's plus 125. And to your point, Sean, if Jacksonville turned over the Chiefs back in week 10, they're going to turn them over 5 more times on Saturday, baby. And they're going to ride that wave all the way to next week where they face off against the Buffalo Bills, and they're going to lose to the Bills next week. So you book it now, baby.
So he's a fraud, but he's going to win the MVP.
There's no MVP here. Mahomes is not going to win the MVP. Get out of here with this stuff.
Yes, he is. Unanimously.
No way. Get out of here. He's totally terrible. Get out of here. He's a complete fraud. He doesn't know what he's doing.
This could be the worst take I've ever seen.
Yeah, if this is around the horn, if I'm Tony Reale, I'm giving the point to Sean in this one. Tito, I love the passion.
What a surprise. What a surprise. Give the point to Sean. Like you always do, unbiased down there with your different stats. You're proving my point in regards to wanting to take the underdog this week, and yet you're going to give the points to Sean after I reference so many different things, how he's a fraud, how his family was a fraud, and how the fans are frauds. Jacksonville, baby, let's go.
That has nothing to do with his on-field play.
Yeah, he's a little child. He's a little punk. Oh, look at me! I'm gonna prance around a little bit. Oh, use my lefty hand. Oh, everyone wants
Well,
to
let's
say how
move on.
great I am.
Let's move on with this guy over here.
Well, to clarify Tito's play, it is Mahomes to throw an interception. Yes, it's available on FanDuel at plus 112. If I'm not mistaken, he did throw an interception against the Jags in their regular season meeting. Tito, that you have this down as a 2-star play. So at plus 112, you are risking $200 to win $224. I kind of like the value. So that's Tito's pick of the day so far. The way I'm getting at this game, at least for right now, just to recap. So the Chiefs are minus 8.5 really across the board. And then the total for this game is sitting at 53. I think the under is a good play in this game. And
I got to disagree. If you like Jacksonville, you have to like the over. The total points for the Chiefs scored, I believe, is 31. That's their team total points. So the market's saying they're going to score 30 points. So Jacksonville's going to have to score with Mahomes to keep up.
I don't know. Well, maybe that's a better angle to get at this, is take the Chiefs team total under. I'm open to that, but I feel good about taking this play. Well,
this Jacksonville defense isn't very elite.
I understand that, but hear me out on my reasoning here. Okay, so like 53, it's the highest total of the weekend to begin with. First of all, like I'm usually a data numbers guy, and I have data numbers for this, but a lot of this is just a gut feel. The over went 5-1 during the first round. It should have been 6-0 if the Dallas kicker would have just made even one of those 4 missed extra points.
Yeah, and I agree there with the trend should come to the under now.
I agree, and that's what I don't have the data to back this up, but I just feel things like that tend to regress. Like I said, people are expecting a shootout with a total of 53. It's the first game of the weekend. I think people are going to be all excited to play the over. So I just want to fade that and fade that trend of a 1-week sample size of a bunch of overs. When I get into the data and the numbers of it, though, you mentioned Andy Reid earlier about the head coach coming off a bye, and I think that's certainly a valid point. And that's one of the things that's giving me hesitation about taking the Jags on the spread. But one of the things I like about the under now under Andy Reid as head coach of the Chiefs, the under is 54-38 when the Chiefs play at home under Andy Reid. That's 59% to the under. Also, I really like this one. When the Chiefs are 7-point favorites or higher under Reid, like they are here at 8.5, the under is 31-14. That is 69% to the under. So, and one of these games was back on November 13th, as we talked about. The Chiefs beat the Jags 27-17 at Arrowhead. So you had just 44 points there to cash the under. I just think, and this is what it gets down to for me. I think when the Chiefs know they are the better team, like they do here, they tend to play a little bit slower. They grind it out because they know if they just do their thing, they're probably going to win. But when there are fewer points scored in a game, it's usually more difficult to cover a big spread. The Chiefs are 5-11-1 against the spread this season. That's tied for the second worst record in the NFL.
Yeah, they kind of mess around when they're playing a lower opponent for sure. They play to their competition.
Yeah, I do. And that's what, the Jags, this is a playoff game, so maybe it's a little bit different. So that, again, that's giving me a little bit of hesitation, but I'm okay taking this under now because, one of those wins that I'm talking about where they went 5-11-1 against the spread this season, it was against the Jags. But, we have those divisional round stats that I've talked about, where the 1 seeds are just typically horrible in this round of the playoffs. So I'm still, the number's still at 8.5. I'm still going to wait on betting the side, but I'm ready to fire on the total. I'm going to go under 53 for a 1-star play. This is another thing I like. It opened at 50.5. It's gone up to 53. And now I'm starting to see, even still, there's a few 52.5s popping up. So I think it might have peaked at 53. So I'm just going to grab it now and ride that data. What do you guys think?
Well, you kind of went back and forth. You say, well, the overs all hit, so I like the unders to go against the trend. And then now you're saying I'm going to stick with the trend. So I see both points, and it's just, this is what makes gambling fun. Whatever edge you're seeing or feeling and you're lean, that's what you're going to go towards.
Yeah, and I think with go ahead, Tito.
Yeah, I think that's smart, Eric. Right? If you see that it's went up to 53 and you're seeing that movement up, Yeah, now the feeling might be that it's going to go back down a little bit. So take advantage of that 3-point spread or whatever it is, and hit
And
on it hard.
that's a great point about the number going up. I actually had a conversation with one of my uncles earlier, and I was talking about the Bengals and Bills line movement, and he had a pretty rookie comment saying, "Well, the numbers, they don't really matter that much. The line movement, it matters so much. I mean, you got to get in front of, you got to get the best of the number always."
Totally agree. Totally agree. So we'll hit this game more on Friday when we just kind of recap everything. You guys have anything else to add to this game before we move on to Giants and Eagles?
No,
Mahomes is a fraud.
Chiefs aren't going to lose this game straight up.
Book it.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but just that 8.5 is a lot, but I'm just feeling that the under is going to be the better way to go with this. Okay, Giants and Eagles. I think this is on the show, our most hot topic game of the weekend. Eagles minus 7.5 still across the board, total of 48. I'm going to start here on this one because I'm on the Giants along with Tito already. So Tito, you're going to love this stuff too. So your boy, Daniel Jones, has been absolute money when the Giants are underdogs and also when playing on the road in his career. So as a dog, Jones is 27-15 against the spread. On the road, he is 18-7 against the spread in his career. Tito, I'm feeling it. And when you add these two things together, and he's a road dog, Jones is 17-5 against the spread. That is a cover rate of 77%. All of those cover rates are top 10 for all quarterbacks in the last 20 years. Tito, Daniel Jones, your boy, what do you think?
This is an all-time lock. This is beyond 3 stars. This is an automatic lock. I think they're going to win outright, but taking 7.5 when you had a team off a bye, and this guy has injury concerns with the Philadelphia Eagles, and this head coach Nick Sirachi or whatever his name is, he can't manage out of a paper bag. This is, you got to take the 7.5 right now. This is just money that's being given to you. 7.5 points. Maybe they don't win outright. I think they do because Brian Dable is an amazing
yesterday,
coach.
Book it. They're going to the Super Bowl.
They are going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm booking it right now. I'm booking the trip. They're going to win outright. How can you say that with the stats that Eric just provided? Daniel Jones is this guy on the road. He doesn't have to play in the swirling winds of the Meadowlands. When he gets out on the road, he can ball control offense. He has a head coach that really knows how to manage a game, and they run the ball awesome, and their defense is pretty good. And you got injury concerns with Hurts. How can you not take 7.5 with the G-men? This is Eric. Thank you so much for laying out the data. Book it now. They're going to win outright, but take the 7.5 for sure.
But in your rant, you did say they might not win outright. So
I didn't say that. You are just making stuff up. Get out of here with this stuff. I never said they're not going to win outright.
Did you hear that?
I'm pretty sure I heard it.
Thank you. The more that I look into this,
yeah, you're going to change your mind. You're going to change your mind.
The more that I look into this as well, I'm not as bullish on the Eagles right now as I am on Kansas City. I do agree with the Hurts injury. The line should be 9.5 if Hurts is healthy, to 9.5 to 10. So someone in Vegas, someone believes the Giants have a shot to win this game with it coming out at 7.5, because it should be higher. It should be if Hurts is 100% healthy.
Yeah, and I think a big difference, you hear about guys playing hurt, but then you have guys playing injured. And there's a big difference there. I saw a quote from Hurts saying, "I've played injured before. I know how to get through this." But man, I think a shoulder is a different deal. They're playing the Giants, not even their B team, probably their C team in the final week of the regular season. Eagles have to win that game in order to win the division and get the bye. They only scored 22 points. So yes, there's been 2 weeks in between those games where Hurts can get healthy, but a shoulder like that's injured, I don't think that gets better in 2 weeks. Sean, I like your point that you say you usually like to wait till later in the week to put your bets in, usually on Friday, because you can assess the injury situation. But
yeah, correct.
I am very confident that he is injured and not just hurt, which gives me more confidence in my Giants pick. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. The more that I look into it with the Hurts injury, it's concerning. I won't be probably playing this game at all. I'll just be watching.
Come on.
Part of being domesticated, I just got my schedule for the weekend. We're booked all day Saturday at a birthday party. Saturday night, we got Monster Jam. Sunday, we got a tournament. I'm not even going to get to watch any football. I'm so domesticated over here. But I am starting to lean towards the Giants a little bit. We'll find out on Friday. We'll find out on Friday all 4 of my NFL picks.
This guy is not with the 21st century at all. Yesterday, he makes a comment about not knowing the transfer portal and how people can transfer in and out of college basketball and play right away. Now he's talking about how I'm busy all weekend. I got domesticated
college
going
basketball,
on here.
They changed the rules.
That's been like that for like 15 years now. They've been able to transfer.
15 years.
Oh, no. It's been like that for forever. And now you're saying you can't watch any of the games? You have a smartphone. You can watch it on your phone, bud. Come on, get real with the times here. You'll be able to watch this game. Bet on it. Bet on the G-Men going all the way to the Super Bowl, baby.
I love it. I love it, man. I laughed at you like a week ago, Tito, when you said Giants of the Super Bowl. I can kind of feel it. I'm not going to bet it. I don't even know what the odds are, but I can totally see them winning this game. And then you have a one-off chance. You're in the NFC title game where anything can happen. I do think the winner of the Niners and the Cowboys is going to go to the Super Bowl. That's my official prediction. We'll talk more about
I have the Niners in the power rankings at number 4, behind all 3 of the AFC powerhouses.
Okay. Yeah, I get that sense too. That's where I feel like I'm leaning. I don't have power rankings, but just in my mind, that's kind of where I'm at too. I'll wrap this up on this game with just 2 more stats about the Giants, just to, Tito, just get you more excited. Sean, just try and get you over the edge and join us on the Giants. So the Giants are 14-4 against the spread this season after their win at Minnesota last week. That's the best ATS record in the NFL. And get this one, and is just a straight up underdog this season, either home or away. If the Giants are a dog, they are 11-2 against the spread. That is the best ATS season as underdogs in the NFL in the last 20 years.
Wow.
Sean,
wow.
Take the Giants. Join us.
Come on, baby.
I mean, I would have to look at their schedule and see who they played, how many
they
were getting per game. You got to wait till Friday, and I'll get my NFL picks.
You're getting better at teasing. Speaking of teasing, actually, one thing I wanted to ask you, Sean, I don't even know if you know what teasing is, Tito, when it comes to gambling. But Sean, I'm going to ask you, a lot of people, I think, a lot of the public that are just, I got the games on, let's see what I can do to put my bets in. I think they're going to be teasing down the Chiefs and the Eagles to get those games under a field goal. I really don't like that. I think it's a sucker bet. That's just me. Sean, what's your perspective on that?
I'm hearing a lot of sharps talking about teasing it down 7.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Both favorites.
Dang, man.
I don't love teasers myself, but it makes sense here in this situation to me.
Yeah, I could just see one of these teams with those divisional round stats that I keep citing. I could see one of these teams losing outright. I agree the Chiefs is much less likely. I think the Eagles are an upset alert. You got an injured quarterback. You got Daniel Jones, Tito, who's ready to ball out on Saturday. The more I talk about it, I really like the Giants. Anything else to add on this game, either of you guys?
Well, I mean, the public loves the Giants. That's all I'm saying right now.
Maybe right now, I'm curious. I don't really like looking at the public stats until the weekend because so there's probably more action that will come in on Saturday in this game than the rest of the week combined.
That's true.
I'm more interested to look at that on Saturday.
I'm just talking about all the talking heads. Everyone I talk to, you guys, everyone's loving the Giants.
Yep. So I didn't really hear any.
If the public comes down and keeps betting the Giants, does that number go? Will that number go down?
Yes, it'll go to 7.
Oh, that's why you gotta watch the show today, and that's why you gotta bet the Giants right now at 7.5, baby. It's gonna go down, down, down. To Sean's point, you gotta bet it now.
I love it. All right, we got about 9 minutes left before the Zoom runs out on us. So we're going to get to today's picks. All right, and I'll make sure I'm being the scorekeeper, the timekeeper. We're going to do that kind of the golf system of who goes first. Whoever gets honors, whoever had the best score in the previous hole, we know who that is. Sean 3-0 last night, up $400 after just one night of action. Sean, what do you got tonight, bud?
So me and you are sitting at 100%. Well, Mr. Fraud over here is talking about this and that, and oh, you guys are no, you take the Giants. I'm interested to see when your picks finally get on the board and start playing these picks, what your record is, because I'm already ready for this sandwich. Anyway, I'm gonna take the Thunder tonight. And what do we got market wise on that, Eric? We got 4.
-4 on the Thunder.
So we're gonna take the Thunder -4 for a 1-star play, and we're gonna take the hat that Eric's wearing there. They're Missouri Tigers tonight.
MIZ.
MIZ.
They're laying 1.5. You know what? Let's make that a 2-star play.
Wow.
Yeah, let's make that a 2-star play.
I'm really, really conflicted about this game tonight. I think it might be Mizzou has kind of regressed to the mean, dropping these last couple games. Arkansas just beat them at home, a couple of weeks ago. Or it could just be, they were on the road. It's tough to win on the road in the SEC. Now they're back home. The building's going to be lit tonight. It's a gold rush down at Mizzou Arena. So, man, I'm hoping you're right on this one.
Arkansas has a tough time putting that basket in the ball. I mean, the ball in the basket.
Put that on the blooper reel.
That's a little yogiism there for you.
All right. Anything else, Sean? Just those two?
No, that's it tonight. Not a whole lot on the board that I really loved. Kind of a slow night, Wednesday night.
All right, I feel it. So 1-star play on the Thunder -4, and you got our Tigers 2-star play, Tigers -1.5 against Arkansas. I'm going next in the order. What's that, Sean?
You like that, Tito?
I think you're still laughing about your mess, your buckets in the ball or whatever it was.
Yeah.
All right,
my
6:25
kids
left.
love
6 minutes, 25 seconds left. All right, I have a couple 1-star plays pending from yesterday's show. As we talked about ad nauseum, I'm on the Giants +7.5. I'm also on Novak Djokovic to win the Australian Open at -110, and that looks better here today. I don't know if you guys saw Rafael Nadal lost in straight sets overnight. He injured his hip during the match, and he got taken out. Djokovic still available on DraftKings to win the tournament at -120. I still think that's a good play, but my play I put out yesterday is at -110. Today on the show, I am putting, as you heard, the 1-star play on the under 53 in the KC Jacksonville game. And I have one pick for tonight's action. I'm heading to one of my favorite conferences in college basketball, the Missouri Valley Conference, which is based right here in St. Louis. Tito and I go to Arch Madness every single year. It is an awesome, awesome conference tournament. Tonight, we got Indiana State at home against Bradley. Indiana State, let me pull up my updated numbers. Indiana State's at -2. So I'm going to be on the Sycamores -2 tonight. The home team has won the last 8 games in this series, including 5 straight times the Sycamores have beaten the Braves in Terre Haute. Indiana State, they started the season at 6-0 in the league. They have lost their last 2. One was at home to SIU, and the Salukis, they're in first place in the Valley. So, I mean, there's no shame in that. Indiana State then dropped their last game by 2 in a tough one at Missouri State. Now they're back home. I just think this is a good get-right spot for Indiana State tonight. On the other side, you got a Bradley team that is 3-3 in their last 6 games, with all 3 of those losses on the road. They're 3-0 at home in that stretch, but those 3 wins came against UIC, Valpo, and Evansville. Those are the 3 bottom teams in the Valley. So Bradley has just not impressed me as of late, especially on the road. Give me Sycamore Sam. It's one of my favorite mascots in college basketball. Indiana State -2 with a 1-star play. Anything to add on that, guys? Or Tito, you just want to recap your pick?
No, I don't need to recap my pick. You guys know my pick. I can't remember it right now, but that's okay. I thought you were going to go with a Derek Sturtsey's Missouri Valley play tonight.
Sturtsey.
But that's all right. So
I'll recap for the audience. Tito took Mahomes throwing interception.
That's right. Yeah, he's going down. He's going to throw a pick. Yeah, he's a fraud. That's right.
He probably will throw a pick, but the NFL will probably throw a flag for him to call it back.
He might. So, yeah, that's a 2-star play for Tito. Mahomes to throw an interception. Yes, it's at +112 on FanDuel. All right, guys, that's it. We got 3.5 minutes left. We can just shut it down early if you want.
Yeah, that's good. We're going to have a good show.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. Remember to hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Twitter @GamblingDads. For Sean, for Tito, I'm Eric. This has been Domesticated Gamblers, thanks for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.
Let's cash.